Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Aston Villa and Everton had their 100% record taken away from them as they both lost over the weekend. Aston Villa losing to Leeds United on Friday night, Everton losing to Southampton on Sunday. Chelsea and Manchester United ended in a drab 0-0 draw. Edouard Mendy showing why he has been brought into the Chelsea squad along with Thiago Silva. They showed their defensive solidity against a Manchester United side who looked more likely to grab all 3 points. It was a 0-0 draw, and Chelsea and Frank Lampard will be happy with their second consecutive clean sheet of the season. Edouard Mendy becoming the first Chelsea goalkeeper to keep consecutive clean sheets since Petr Cech in 2004. Liverpool got back to winning ways after they were pegged back against Sheffield United in the first half by a dubious penalty. They came back as Roberto Firmino broke his duck for the season, finding the back of the net from a rebound shot that was from Sadio Mane. After Firmino's goal, Jota scored his second goal for Liverpool to give the Reds all 3 points. In Spain, El Clasico took place, and a struggling Real Madrid, who had lost 2 consecutive games prior to this El Clasico, found a way to beat FC Barcelona 3-1. A really inexperienced Barcelona lineup for this El Clasico. That leaves AC Milan and as the only club with a 100% record going into this week. They play AS Roma on Monday night, and we'll look to see if they can maintain it. Welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, Selassie Fiawe. Today is time for the performances of Ghanaian players abroad, and Thomas Partey and Arsenal were brought down back to earth after that high of the Europa League win against Rapid Vienna. It was a wake-up call the Gunners needed after they were beaten by Leicester City in the Premier League for the very first time. The Leicester City had not beaten and Arsenal had not lost at home in a pretty long time. Leicester City, Jamie Vardy coming off the bench to smash and grab for Leicester City. Ended 1-0, and Thomas Partey had a night to forget in London. He was really not up to it, and it wasn't his brightest moment for the Gunners since joining them. All in all, the team in general was not 100%. Ceballos was AWOL in this game, in my opinion, and Partey's positioning at times for passes were not the best. Brendan Rodgers, kudos to him, he marked him out of the game, and most of the time when Partey was available for a ball, he usually would be crowded out. It wasn't a great night for Thomas Partey and Arsenal. Kevin Prince Boateng grabbed his first goal for AC Monza. However, they still lost that game. John Boy put in a solid performance against in that game for Metz, captaining them to that 2-0 win in the French League. And Kudus Mohamed's Ajax may set a record, winning by 13 goals to 0 against VVV Venlo. Subscribe if you haven't. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. So as you know, I'll start from Ghanaian players abroad in England. And Fulham, they took on Crystal Palace. Jeffrey Schlupp was in action for this one as Crystal Palace beat Fulham 2-1. Jordan Ayew, still COVID positive, did not take part in this game. Dennis Odoi was an unused substitute for Fulham. Arsenal lost 1-0 to Leicester City, a late Jamie Vardy goal securing all 3 points for the Foxes. Thomas Partey played 90 minutes of the encounter and wasn't great on this occasion. Outnumbered most of the time in midfield, and Arsenal players choosing to go for a backward pass because of his positioning at times. He was marked out of this game, and a tactic that pursued for Brendan Rodgers and Leicester City. Daniel Amate is still out injured. Everton took on Southampton. A 100% record was ended by the Saints, beating them 2-0 on that occasion. Salisu is still not ready according to the coach of Southampton. Bristol City took on Swansea City, and Andre Ayew's side drew 1-1 with Bristol City. He played the full 90 minutes of this encounter. He scored a goal in midweek, however, for Swansea, they drew that game as well. QPR took on Birmingham in what was a 0-0 draw. Both teams drawing blanks. Albert Adoma played 69 minutes for QPR, his new club, in case you didn't know. Adoma now plays for QPR. Last time out, it was for Nottingham Forest. Wolves took on Newcastle United. It was a 1-1 draw. A late goal for Newcastle United. The beautiful free kick that caught the Wolves goalkeeper off guard. Achu still not in the squad for the season. Nothing has changed on that front. Reading took on Rotherham. It was a 3-0 victory for Reading. Andy Yadom not in the squad. In Italy, I move to next, since the Spain games will be taking place on Monday night. By that time, this video would have been uploaded already. In Italy, Monza, they took on Chievo Verona. Kevin Prince Boateng got his first goal for AC Monza in the 29th minute from the spot. He played 46 minutes of the encounter. His side, Monza, lost 2-1 to Chievo Verona. Fiorentina took on Udinese, and Alfred Duncan an unused substitute for Fiorentina as they won 3-2 against Udinese. Juventus drew 1-1 with Hellas Verona. Ejiman Bedu was not in the squad. Juventus had to come back from behind to get a point from this game. In Germany, I move to next, and Werder Bremen, they took on Hoffenheim. Kasim Adams out with an injury as his side drew 1-1 with Werder Bremen. And SV Sandhausen, they took on Paderborn 07. It was a 1-1 draw. Christopher Aintree not in the squad for Paderborn 07. Hannover 96, they won 3-0 against Fortuna Düsseldorf. Kevin Danso for Fortuna Düsseldorf played 90 minutes. Kelvin Ofori, an unused substitute for Fortuna Düsseldorf. Patrick Chumesi came on in the 80th minute for Hannover 96 as they emphatically beat Fortuna Düsseldorf at 3-0. In France, I move to next, and John Boy with a solid performance once again. Captain of the side, Metz, they beat Saint-Etienne 2-0. Stade Brestois 29, they lost 3-0 to Strasbourg. Alexander Djikou was in defense for Strasbourg. He played 90 minutes. Majid Waris, an unused substitute. Amiens will take on Sochaux on Monday night. In Turkey, I move to next. Yedi Malatyaspor, they took on Gençler Birliği. It was a 2-1 win for Yedi Malatyaspor, captain by Efriye Akwa. He played 64 minutes of the encounter. Fenerbahce, they took on Trabzonspor. Kalebo Kuban still tested COVID positive test, was not in the squad. His side lost 3-1. Denmark and AC Horsens, they took on FC Nordsjælland, and Kamaldeen Suleiman was in the squad, played 90 minutes as his side drew 1-1 with AC Horsens. Netherlands, I move to next, and that injury to Kudus Mohammed, which has ruled him out for several months, meant he did not witness this 13-0 thrashing by Ajax. A record, the record was 12-0 by Ajax. They have made it 13-0. They beat VVV Venlo 13 goals to nil. Montana 1921, they lost 3-1 to Ludogorets Razgrad. Tegbete Bernard played 90 minutes of the encounter. The United States, I move to next, and Houston Dynamo drew 1-1 with Columbus Crew. Jonathan Mensah and Harrison Affle played 90 minutes of the encounter. Chicago Fire drew 2-2 with New York Red Bulls as well. Samuel Tete playing 56 minutes of the encounter. In China, Jiangxin Suning 1-0 their win over Chongqing Dangdai. Wakasu played 89 minutes of the encounter. This is the Chinese Super League Championship round, the second leg. So that has been it for today. Those were the performances of Ghanaian players abroad. Amazing performance. Congratulations to Kevin Prince Boateng on his first goal that he scored for AC Monza. Unfortunate for Ajax and Kudus Mohammed that he could not witness that historic 13-0 victory. VVV Venlo suffering that feat. And Chelsea, Manchester United was the highlight of the weekend for me, but I have to say the brightest spark went to Real Madrid, who despite all their struggles found a way to beat their bitter rivals Barcelona 3-1. This is the 6th consecutive Clásico that Messi has not scored or assisted in since Cristiano Ronaldo left Spain. He's missing his friend, probably. But let me know your thoughts in the comments box. What was the highlight of the weekend for you? Thomas Partey got some huge bashing on social media for that poor performance versus Leicester City. It is a team sport, we have to remember that sometimes. But yes, it wasn't a great game for him. But to pin it all on him will be quite unfair. Let me know your thoughts on Partey in that Leicester City game as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day. Have a great week.